Today, I'm talking with Yvette Kooke, a game designer and game developer from Belgium. Yvette is also a co-founder of StickyTable. Yvette, thanks for being here. Why don't we start with what are you working on right now?
Yeah, currently we're working on a game called Streep. The name is in Dutch, so yeah, you would, if for in English, for example, say streep, but it actually means line. And it's actually a game where you play as a pen in a world where everything is gray and everybody only wants to drink one drink. It's called Noor, and because all the pens only drink Noor, yeah, everything is just black and white and it looks kind of sad. And you as a fan are dreaming about what if there are more colors? Like it looks so much nicer then. And eventually you yeah, will find out that how to make black. Well, you need all the colors to make black. So this giant factory is keeping all the colors for themselves, so they can make this one drink only. And you will over time try to release the colors back and give it back to the people.
I saw some clips from the game and I thought it was a really unique looking game. So I find that very cool. So, how many people are you working on the game with?
Yeah, so I'm currently like me and my co-founder made the whole concept and worked out the first prototypes. Currently, we have two interns also helping with our game. And we also have a coach. His name is Geert Nellen, and he's coaching us. This is our first game as well, so we are learning still a lot. Yeah, just a new studio and everything. But currently, we are in total a team of five.
Wow, that's a pretty big team, really. What is your role in this game?
So I'm a little bit of everything. I mostly do the product management and design, uh, and most of the time, like making sure that the next level is ready and what are the tasks, what needs to be done. But also, yeah, actually, the art is a programmer. I'm a little bit everywhere, and trying to make everything like smooth right for everyone.
Can you talk a little bit about the game design process and how you do that?
So, the design process, how we mostly start now for a level is first everybody actually in our team makes a blockout, an idea for a level. Uh, After making it, we're gonna test it and we're trying to see the fantasy in it. Like, oh, what can be standing here, or why are we in this room, and what happens in this room? And well, most of the time I just ask the people for themselves to like, hey, come up with a puzzle idea. Like what kind of puzzle can we add, and think about like the mechanics that we already have, because we already like established all the mechanics in the game. So we already know what we can work with. And with that, like a lot of people are like having ideas and share it. And then, of course, on top of those ideas, like new people come up, or people come up with new ideas and everything. So that's mostly the design process of certain levels. And yeah, a lot of the times we just say like, yeah, this is not good enough, or yeah, we don't feel this. But then certain levels are like, yeah, we love this. We're gonna add this to the game. Um, that's now how we mostly do the design process. But we are already a little bit further uh, because we already know what we're gonna make and how the game, yeah, all the mechanics are already designed. So it's currently really level design that we're working on.
How about at the very beginning? Did you start with a game design document, or how did you approach the beginning before you got the whole framework in place?
So I'm not a really big fan, fan of a game design document. I really don't like. I mean, we never ever look back at it. We made one, but we never look at it. So really, for me, yeah, the game design document doesn't work. But what we do is like have this like little idea and just prototype and make small prototypes of things and see what's fun, what do people love, and then have all these like different features and try to combine it. And sometimes even have to say this feature really fun, but we cannot have it in the game because otherwise the game will get too big, or it will interfere with the other mechanics that we already chose someone, and then it's like, yeah, it's not gonna work. So yeah, we just like we're still small. Like we're currently with 5, but when we were actually designing the game, we're only with 2 people. So it was a really fast. I think we made like around 8 prototypes before we actually are currently where we are. And yeah, we just made like a lot of like different features and prototyping, just like see what's fun and add them together. I don't think there's like a formula that we actually really followed. And yeah, I think it's also like maybe something that works the best for your team or the people around you.
How did you come up with the idea for this game?
You so really fun story. This game actually came out of Game Jam. It was called the Unwrap Game Jam. It's also a festival in Belgium. And well, we entered the Game Jam because we needed a new concept for our studio. And I was actually working on some 3D websites, and I saw one website, and I don't know the name of it anymore, but there were like these little guys and this giant pen. And I was like, it's so cool that my cursor is following the pen. And with that, I was like, man, I want to make a game with that idea. And that's actually how we came up with the idea. So we entered the game jam. I made a Valentine game where we have multiple characters and multiple houses, and like 2 characters should be circled around one house. And then it's more puzzle game, but people can also walk through your line, and if they did that, yeah, you will lose the game. So we made that game, and we won the game jam with it. And a lot of people were like really excited about just the idea that you play as a pet. And with that, we just worked further on.
That's very cool. Had you done a bunch of game jams before?
Yeah, I did actually a lot of game jams. I think I'm already like at the moment 9 year already in the game industry. I think I started around when I was 17 with joining game jams and making small games. I'm gonna be honest, it's the thing that I like actually the most, making in a short amount, just everybody throws their ideas on the table and make a small game.
Are you doing this full time, or do you have other work that supports you?
Currently, I am able to do this full time. So that's actually, I'm really lucky with that.
Can you tell me about StickyTable and the beginnings of that?
Yeah, so we started actually when we were still students, and we already started the company in our student year. Really like, yeah, fun, but also a big mistake because running a studio while still being a student, yeah, really, yeah, it was some trouble. I think I even failed some courses because of it, because I was just like spending a lot of time working on another games we're making at the time. But eventually, we started with 4, the studio. We ended up only with the 2 of us, that were me and Ben. Yeah. Then, of course, that was the moment where I was like, all right, maybe we need a new IP because our other game was a roguelike deck builder, but we still love it and we still want to work further on it. But it was also a lot of work. And there was like, yeah, 2 developers, and I also can do a little bit of art, but we already also saw some struggle of making so much UI, so much cards, and making a good roguelike deck builder isn't done in a year. We were like, all right, we need a new IP. We need to work on something else, and this is more a passion project that will go later back. And oh yeah, and also a funny thing, the name Sticky Table, that's because we were at the bar and one of the guys throw the beer on the table, and well, it's sticky, and that's actually where the name comes from. But also with the idea that the table sticks. So, if, for example, because we first wanted to really innovate in like board games and everything, and make more games like that look like board games. And of course, if you, for example, play a card or move a chess piece, if you like let loose of it, the table sticks. You cannot go back and move or anything the moment that you like release the card or the piece.
How about the marketing aspect of it? Are you involved with that, and how do you approach that for your company?
Yeah, so I do the marketing, but the only thing that I do now is sometimes add a post on Twitter. I have not like yeah, I try to make some posts and I see that it's working now a little bit, but we are actually looking maybe for someone that can help us with that, because we're both game developers. We have no experience in marketing, so the moment what we're doing is just posting on Twitter, Reddit, Blue Sky, and hope that something like happens. I know it's pretty bad, but that is currently our strategy. But let's hope that in the future that changes a bit, and that we actually can have somebody on our team that can help us with that.
Have you considered partnering with a publisher?
Yeah. At the moment, Ben is at GDC, and well, we're currently looking for a publisher that might be interested in the game. We're also still open for self-publishing if we cannot find anyone, but it would be nice to actually have like someone with a little bit more experience.
When and where do you plan on releasing the game now?
So if we're probably gonna self-publish, and we do not have like a lot of time, it will probably be like around August this year already. But for example, if we have some more time and can refine the game a little bit more, and for example, even add extra levels, then it will maybe be next year.
How involved are you on the technical side and the development side?
Well, pretty much. I also did like a lot of prototyping. I actually studied indie game development at DIE, so and also took some extra courses in C++. So I do know my code a bit. I'm mostly there are not making the big systems, but within prototyping, I am there, as well as everything shader related. I'm also doing that.
How about the tech stack and the tools that you're using?
Like what kind of tools do you mean?
Like the game engine, language.
Yeah, it's Unity that we're using, and it's C Sharp. And like we currently use Writer for all the programming stuff. And for 3D software, we use Blender and Maya.
Are you doing some of the 3D work too?
Most of the 3D work I've done, yeah. But happily enough, we indeed now have 2 interns, and they also help a lot out.
How do you find working with Blender?
Well, I am actually the reason that we're still working in Maya. I learned Maya, and I'm pretty quick with it, and I know I have one day to step over to Blender, but at the moment, I'm still working in Maya.
Are you making all of the assets? Not you personally, but are you in-house? Are you making all of the assets, or are you pulling anything from marketplaces?
Uh, well, like for now, we only use Tween and a spline tool from the marketplace, but all the other assets, we made ourselves.
How about the music and the sound design side?
So we still are working on that. We actually got a friend of ours that's gonna like do it, but yeah, it's not like done in a second. And at the moment, everything that we use is actually from a free website, and mostly only for the trailer or some visuals that we show. Uh, but we are actually like still working on that because at the moment we actually don't have it yet.
Well, if you ever need help finding someone there, on my other YouTube channel, I interview game composers and sound designers, so I can help find you some people there if you ever need it. How about collaborating across your team? Do you use any tools to aid in organizing?
Well, for now we use Hack and Plan, mostly for having the tasks, like sent to everyone. But also, like we already talked about the design document, but there we also describe a little bit about how the levels should feel and where should stand. So we can also add that really easy on a ticket, which is really nice. And currently we use that mostly, but we're happy. We're only like a small team. We all fit here in the office, and we actually talk also a lot. Sometimes not everything is being written on the ticket, and it's just like sometimes we're just screaming like, "Oh yeah, you should do that." Like, okay, I will do that now. So it's not that really strict. We don't follow actually a strict program or something. We're really open and yeah, easy about that.
Throughout the whole process, is there anything that stands out as the most challenging thing to you?
Um, I think that sometimes when you work really long on a project, you sometimes have this feeling of uh yeah, you constantly work on the same thing. You're not like actually sure it's gonna be something. And with Stripe we actually had it a lot. Like still we're asking like, is actually this gonna be something, or is this game even interesting? And the thing is, if you're like only like with the four of us and like someone is in doubt, you're gonna start doubting, and it's gonna be this spiral feeling of, oh, I'm not like, nothing is good enough, we're not good enough. And I think the hardest thing is like sometimes have to self-discipline, but also tell yourself like, like it's good enough and now it's time to go further on. Or uh you only like worked a few months on this, like it's okay, it's not of course the next AAA game. And sometimes it's really hard in the team to then also have like this courage and to say like, oh, this is gonna be it, because we all kind of feel sometimes like, it's I think that's sometimes the hardest, like believing in yourself. And definitely if you're a young company, because there's actually still a lot on the line. If it doesn't work, well, what you're gonna do next? Quit everything. So yeah, I think that's like the hardest part. Definitely in general in the game development, like staying on the game, on the plan and everything. Because like I'm also like sometimes really like easy, like, oh, I want to make a new game, or I have this new concept, let's work on that. It's probably better than this game we're currently working on, because I don't see, for example, a lot of likes on the post that we just made. And the whole team sometimes feels like that as well. And then of course a weekend later everybody's like full energized again and like, yeah, we're gonna do this, yeah, it's gonna work. I actually don't know if it actually has a name or something, or how it's called, but that's actually like I think the hardest part, making a game.
Are you getting feedback from players and working with playtesters?
So we actually now are starting with that. We did actually playtest a lot of our prototypes. That's also why we actually make new prototypes all the time. But we only do it like currently, yeah, every few months. Because yeah, we do want to test, but also preparing for testing takes sometimes a lot of time. We do have coaches that helps us. So we do have like some people from outside that's looking at what we're doing.
How do you find those playtesters?
So There is actually a event here in Belgium. It's called Meet and Play, and that's then organized door other game developers. And then you can like show your game, and other game developers or even random people come to the event and yeah, start playing the game. And we also try to go to events. I think soon there will be AnimeCon in the Netherlands, and we're also going there. Um, we also, for example, now at GDC, it's not really for playtesting, but it can be as well because Ben is walking with the game over there and showing it to people that are playing the game. So we definitely will have some feedback. But most of the time, if we're playtesting, it's like we are there. It's not from a platform yet.
Can you tell me more about the systems in your game and how you control? Is it a controller, a keyboard kind of game? And
Yeah, so well, you have a pen, and the pen is actually following the cursor. So we don't yeah, you always are following the cursor. So you play the game with a mouse. And with the controller, yeah, the mouse of course is changed with the joystick. Um and yeah, you can draw on it. We even have it actually working for a drawing tablet as well. So you can also play the game with the drawing tablet. And at the moment, it is even capable to be played on a tablet like an iPad or something. We also tested for that because we also were like, maybe it can be fun for a game for the mobile phone, but we also already saw some problems with that, as like your finger is like constantly on the pen and you cannot see like the complete environment around it. So we're probably going to scrap that just because, yeah, it doesn't feel nice. But of course, now with the mouse and controller, it works. We have like yeah, programming wise, we have a 2D input system, and it then describes it like back in the 3D world. So that's why it like really nicely follows. And also you can do 3D drawing as well because of that.
so, how about as you're going through the game, how does progression work through the game?
Well, it's a linear story. So you just go level by level at the moment.
Are there any cheat codes?
No, no, we're actually not that far yet. We do want to put some Easter eggs in it. We're definitely going to do that, but we're still currently in a vertical slice phase, so we do not have like a lot done yet. A lot is planned to be made, but for example, the Easter eggs. That's why I can already say there are going to be Easter eggs in it, but yeah, it's for now just a linear story, and you're going to play through it.
Where do you want to see StickyTable in the future?
I still like for me the most important is that we still make original fun concepts and always try to innovate on like new ideas. We always like want to try some things that hasn't been done yet, and well, always give enough time to design our games. And in the future, I hope that we are like a bigger company, and that we have multiple teams working on multiple IDs. That's actually the dream for me, that we, for example, are with 20 and we then have like teams of 5 working on a different IP, and with multiple game designers on it as well.
Awesome. Where should people go to find out more about you or your games?
Yeah, so we do have a website, stickytable.com. But if you for now are really more interested in our game Streep, you can just look it up at Steam. The Steam page is there. It's still outdated at this moment, so it doesn't look like the game that we're currently working now. And if people really want, we also have a Discord, and you can just chat with us one-on-one even if you want.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with everyone before we go?
Ooh, now you ask me something. uh, No, no, not really. No, if something pops up, but no, I
All
don't
right.
think.
Well, thank you very much for your time. It was great talking with you and learning about your game and your company and your process and everything. I'll share the links in the video and put them up on the screen too. And would love to hear back from you in the future about how your game's going, and maybe we can chat again when you release it.
Yeah, and John, thank you for the opportunity as well. I always love to talk about anything game related or game development related. And yeah, thank you also so much for this opportunity.
Yeah, thank you and good luck